Remember what your first recording studio setup looked like back then when you started?
It was in a closet. I recorded out of someone's closet.
These days when you're in the studio, are you a loner?
Oh, no. I like a lot of people in the studio sometimes, but I got my days where, like, sometimes just me and the engineer, like, it depends on what I'm trying to get off, like, lyrically. I might just want just me and the engineer if it's, like, a deep song or, like, a love, like, something just my feelings.
When you're in the recording studio, top 3 things you need.
Usually when I'm in the studio, I have weed, my dog, and I like tequila.
And we talked about marijuana in another segment, but for those that aren't watching that previous segment, what is your favorite strain?
Hybrid or indica.
And when it comes to tequila, certain type of brand.
1942, baby.
And your dog, what kind of dog do you have?
She's a Yorkie.
What's her name?
Mia.
You named her?
Yeah, I named her.
What was the meaning behind that name?
Mia and Bia.
Ah, I see. Pretty simple there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to, I want to break a few things down here. When it comes to marijuana, what does that do for you in the studio?
I feel like for me, it just is like a form of meditation. It just gets my mind going. It just relaxes me a little bit because I have ADHD, so I feel like it just calms me down.
Something you were diagnosed with?
I assume. That's just what they told me.
And your dog, what does she do for you when you're in the studio?
Oh, she chills. She's a chill dog. I just like her there because she don't like to be alone, so I bring her with me.
Never interrupts a studio session?
Never. She's so good.
And the tequila, what does that do for you in the studio?
Tequila gives me hype.
When it comes to smoking and drinking, do you do both at the same time? Or is it one or the other when you're in the studio?
Sometimes. I don't do it all the time. Just depends on the mood I'm in.
And because it is a necessity, just curious, are you addicted?
To weed?
Or liquor?
No, definitely not liquor. Definitely not weed. Why did you just look at me like that? That's OD. You're a snitch. Takashi.
Has smoking ever been an issue for you when you've been in the studio? Like, let's say your voice, perhaps.
I feel like my voice is super raspy anyway, so.
Was that something you were ever teased of growing up?
No. I love my voice.
When it came to being in the music industry, was that ever an issue, the raspy voice you have?
No, people love my tone. Like, that's why I think my music is so, like, in a lane of its own because it sounds just like me. You know it's me.
Now, I know that you said sometimes you do it when it comes to marijuana and the tequila. I guess it just depends on your vibe. But do you ever make music sober?
Maybe like once in the past year.
Do you notice any difference in the actual music recordings?
No.
Just curious.
I only notice in the morning my voice is like, it's hot. It's like I can hit maybe better notes in the morning than I can at night.
When it comes to the studio, craziest studio story, if you have one.
Damn, I got a lot of crazy studio stories.
Is there one you could share with us today?
But I don't want to tell you who it was. I walked in somebody's session, and the engineer was like mad. The engineer walked out, and he was like just mad about the artist not recording. And I was like, why is he not recording? And he was like, I don't know, he's in there getting his fucking toenails done. And I walked in the session, and the dude was getting his feet done. He was doing no recording. It was so funny. Yeah, that was kind of the crazy studio session. But, like, that's the most that I could tell you on camera. I've seen a lot of crazy studio sessions. I can't tell you about those.